next morning, made my way to Harbor Freight. Picked up an 8mm reverse Torx. And you're not going to be able to see me doing this last bolt, but whatever. I'm going to need a light. And I think it's rounding. Well, it's definitely an 8mm. My diatonic extension won't work because there is a beam in the way. Well, it turns out there's a 13mm bolt that goes around the Torx. And it's coming out just fine. I get the feeling that it's easier to get the alternator off if you pull the Torx out all the way, but you can still slide it to the side to get it on and off that set bolt. I'll know here shortly. Yeah. Oh, wiring harness. Forgot to get the wiring harness. There we go. I'd gotten the ground line off, but not the wiring harness. Yeah, so it sits on that Torx bolt. Slides out to the side. There we are. And now we'll get through without messing up the fins of the radiator. And there she is. So as you can see, this is what I was talking about with the oil leak that was on there, and then the radiator leaking. Just really thick, nasty crap on there. Oh, that is so gross. Makes me glad I have gloves on. So there were several price options available for replacing the alternator in town. The highest was $360 with an $85 core. The cheapest I found was this one here from AutoZone. It is a rebuilt. It was $260 plus a $40 core. Of course, swap on it. Anyways, I want to check to make sure that all the connections are where they should be. I could have gone an even cheaper one on Amazon. They had 150, even ones as cheap as 100, that were obvious Chinese imports. And I was tempted on, at least on the 150. You know, the $100 ones had 1 or 0 reviews. This alternator has arced at some point. You can see the power line there. The connector screw is melted through. Anyway, but the ones with 0 reviews definitely didn't have any trust in how long those would last. But the other problem there is if it doesn't come till next week, then I can't do the change out till next week, and next week's very busy for me, especially the beginning of the weekend. We're going down to California to the Rose Bowl. Just, yeah, it was worth paying the extra $100. And even the guy at the shop really recommended going for the higher cost one, but it doesn't change the fact that this car has 175,000 miles on it, and I'm advising my daughter to sell it this year before it gets over 195,000. Once you get over 200,000, what little value is there really drops out. So this will work just fine for what we're doing. And I'm not trying to screw anybody or anything. You know, someone who buys a 195,000 mile car knows what they're getting into, or has no money. One of the two. Alrighty, reverse her back in. Try and get this in without messing up fins on the radiator. get it in. There we go. Now the fun part of blindly trying to get this on that cross bolt. Honestly, I think it's probably easier to get on from below. Alright. Sleeve rolled up, I completely grease balled my arm there. Yeah. There we go. Grease everywhere. It wasn't in our way yet. Ready to go 90-degree driver. Battery or air dryer. Right with that cover I popped out. Sits above the wheel. Falling underneath it. I moved that a little bit, but didn't move enough to see it. There we go. Not getting it tight. Barely getting it snug until I have all 3 bolts fairly snug. I'm going to tighten up the side bolt first, well nut, and then come back and tighten up the top bolts. Did I mention these bolts are long? Actually that tight. Okay. The other alternator had a nut washer. This one has done now that I can. So, not that I can use it yet. Hey. So, get the fast shroud, fight this one back in there. Not too bad, not too bad. Make sure the bottom's lined up. Back in pretty good. That latch alternator there. There. There we go. It's on there. overflow. Probably a little easier to put this in before the main hose, but whatever. It's gonna be a whole lot easier if I pop that hose back off first. As much as it was a pain to get it on there. I actually think I have a tool for it somewhere. Just get the damn thing done. It's also a lot easier to do if you don't have a full bottle. So the overflow is definitely a lot easier to get in first. Clamp again. Okay, come on. Too far. There we go. Cool. That's it for up here. Well, what we got left is to put the fan belt on, put the shroud back on, call it. The belt came off completely in one piece. Let's jump to shred again. Probably because of that alternator. I need a new belt. It's starting to shred. It's just going to fall apart at some point. You know, with all the gunks on the radio fluid short tip, the real problem right there. That's just going to, right along there, that's just going to come apart again at some point in the future, so I got to replace that. Which means this alternator was probably on its way out for a while, caused a lot of shred. Okay, zone. Got a new belt, took back the core return. As I said before in other videos when doing belts, you know, getting the diagram good and all that. You really just follow where the grooves are on the poles to figure out the direction. Match the grooves to the grooves on the belt. So it is a good idea to at least take a glance at the diagram. Have a feel for where everything's supposed to go at. I didn't look at it yesterday. And you do want to make sure that you're good actually on all the holes. Because belts on the pulley way, especially the new one, the original. Really shredded the belts. I'm gonna have to absolutely wipe down every tool I touched up working on this. Hey, what's that? I did pop the two of the pops on this piece here just to give me some more room in there, so I'll push that around. That was going the right direction. Where'd my flashlight go? Sorry, camera shut off. I didn't realize it. Let's wrap it in.